Hello and welcome to Formula First TV, proudly brought to you by CMS Limited, where Jonathan isn't even looking at the camera. Hello and welcome to Formula First TV, proudly brought to you by CMS Limited. We're here at the fantastic, mighty Manfeild Circuit de Amon for the race 26 of the season, the non-championship 1 hour race. And as always, our local Formula First expert, Jonathan Walden. Jonathan, welcome, and here we are rounding out the season.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be here at this track on a fantastic day. So obviously we've got a big day ahead of us, or morning, because we've got the traditional 1 hour. So it'll be good to see how guys can evolve, and we'll see how the day pans out. Yeah,
so obviously the season's had a few lows, unfortunately. It's also had plenty of highs, full of laughs. It really has been a great season, and we get to round it out with this great event that we have.
Yeah, well, that's the fantastic thing about having this Formula First 1 hour. It's a chance for everybody to get together, have a bit of a laugh, enjoy themselves, and it gets the pit crews involved with the pit stops. So that's what it's all about.
Speaking of P words, that's the sort of word that's been thrown around in some of the motorsport circles lately, but we don't really have that problem here, do we?
No, we don't do pit stops very often, so we don't have to worry about it.
So obviously the 1 hour today, we've got 10 cars, 11 cars, Jonathan, competing, obviously all having to do 2 pit stops to take on a minimum of 2 litres of fuel each time.
Yeah, it's a fantastic lineup we've got here, and as you say, there's a bit of strategy too, because you actually have some dual drives, so they've got to include a driver change, so it'll be interesting to see when they choose to swap drivers.
It's going to be really fantastic to see these guys out there with different strategies. The team's going really hard out with how they're going to do their fuel stops. There's many different ways of doing it. Obviously, dry brake or the old school jerry can way of doing it, and then obviously the driver changes. We've seen some really lightning ones last year, but sometimes it can be all the place where everything goes wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of the guys don't try, and they just sort of rock up this morning and have tried to fit guys into the car and tried to compromise on seating position. But I'm sure they'll be all right when they get into the race and the adrenaline gets going. And
sort of as everyone's sort of preparing this morning, it's actually really good to see we've got a fair few national champions here this weekend.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see some of these old boys like Cliff Field over there, the 07-08 championship. So he'll be in, I'll really provide a bit of expert opinion to some people around here, but we shouldn't really listen to him because he's been out of the game for a fair while.
Rumour is that he might be coming back too. So
yeah, well, it's on camera now, so it is official.
That'll be good to see. But obviously some of these the rookies this year who perhaps moving on, last time that they can have it burned in these cars.
Yeah, that's what the fantastic thing about the event is. It's just a casual time to get in, have some fun, and get involved.
So of course, looking to the actual race itself, handicap start. Obviously, the slower guys off the front, quicker guys at the back, racing for an hour. And any sort of expectations from this race there, Jonathan?
I think, like usual, it'll just be a matter of who can stay consistent over the hour and just can set the consistent lap times, and we'll see at the end how it all washes out after the pit stops.
Sounds absolutely fantastic, Jonathan. And now we'll move on to the race start, which is hopefully going to be about 10 o'clock.
Oh, they're off! The race is underway.
The 1 hour race is off. Rob Baker, he is gone. Handicap start, obviously, Jonathan. Our current champion out there, Reece Engelcox, in the Ian Foster machine.
Driving with the Paul Butler uniform on.
Fantastic
so we've got 3
stuff.
national champions combined there. Somehow.
And of course, our second and third in the championship this year off the back by themselves, Chris Simon and Liam Foster.
They're actually second and fourth.
Second and fourth.
Billy Fraser was third, of course.
Apologies to Billy. But we're underway for the 1 hour.
It was certainly close in the handicap, and as Rob Baker comes to complete the first lap, he's probably sort of 10 seconds behind those guys that just left.
Yeah, so 1 hour. Let's see how it all goes and unfolds. Obviously 10 laps until we can get into pit stops. And that's where the real action really starts to happen.
Yeah, at the moment it's just about settling into the race and trying to get into a rhythm. And as you say, try not to get into too many battles at the stage, because that's the key to the race, is just doing it yourself and being fast and consistent. And we've already had Flynn Mullen who made contact with who was that in the red car? Was that the Jason Carter and Ron
Jason Carter,
yeah. Made contact at turn 1.
He's back on the track as Flynn.
And
away.
Jason Carter's spun it back around and he's off again.
So here we go, folks. Looks like we've just passed the 15-minute marker, and already 2 pit stops coming right in. Seems the 2 Foster cars have come in, but it looks like only one of them is actually pitted. A bit of confusion there with the pit crew. Liam Foster in here in the number 48 machine. He's turned off the car now. Looks like he's going to get some refueling done. And here we have number 16 of Flynn Moloney. The Sabre dry brake system here. Look at how quickly he's refueled, and he's away. Look at that. And the Foster car hardly got half his fuel in. That is just incredible, the superior technical efficiency of the Sabre crew there.
We got safety car out now. It appears we have a car stranded in the gravel somewhere. Big defining moment in this race. Jonathan Morton, your comments?
Because of the safety car, a lot of guys will try to get their fuel window done. This is what Sabre managed to take advantage of last year and just about won the race with Alex Hawley. We're interested to see who can use the same strategy to try and better position themselves for the run home. Here comes Billy Fraser for his second time in the pits, though the first time he's actually done a fuel stop. Got a nice little system here. Billy's looking quite casual. Looks like he's going to get ready to hop out and let race driver Lewis Redshaw in. Then behind there we have Thomas Boniface, followed by Brodie McConkey. We'll just let these stops take on. We'll just pop down and have a look at some of his driver changes. This is going to be another crucial part for these dual guys who can exit the car and get back in the car efficiently.
Rona Murphy down here waiting to go, ready for Brodie McConkey after he's finished his fuel stop. The driver change, Billy Fraser and Lou Redshaw, well underway, almost complete. Billy's out of the car. Here comes Thomas Boniface, opting not to do a driver change now as we wait.
Interesting decision there that the Thomas Boniface, Caleb Natoa car decided not to make the driver change after under safety car. Be interesting to see how that pans out. But here comes our lead driver change. Brodie's out. Fucking around with the belts. Rona Murphy's in. Now he hasn't been in this car all season, so he'll try and squeeze his way in. Brodie's having help. He's settled down. But it's very panicked here, but you know, that's what you got to do. It's all about saving these crucial tenths in this pit lane. A couple of guys getting bowled in, pulling the belts tight. Fucking pulling tight. And his way, a stop of 47 seconds. Not a bad effort from that. Brodie, how was that out there, mate?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, she's some hard work, eh?
Is that why you've got out early, because you're stuffed already?
I thought, we don't have Toto Wolf this year, but I thought I'd take it on myself to come in on the safety car, be strategic, and catch back up to the pack.
I think you've done the right call. Well done, Brodie.
Thanks, mate.
Now, a word from Caleb Natoa. Now, you're in a dual drive car. I want to understand why you haven't done a driver change under safety car. This could be a crucial strategic error, I think.
Oh, I mean, Thomas is out there doing absolutely amazing. He's made a gap and he's just doing what he's meant to do, and hopefully I'll just jump in there last and hold it on.
Caleb Natoa. Safety car restart, and it's Reece Edelcox in the Ian Foster car leading out as the Alpha drives down pit lane. Look at that quality motor vehicle. And with half the race gone, believe it or not,
Nah.
there's half the race to go. Standing here with Mr. Callum Crawley, and obviously a former race winner of this race, and as you say, it's going to come down to the pit stops, because these guys, as they go too wide through Dunlop, which is quite an interesting strategy halfway through the race.
Absolutely, Jonathan. I think what we're seeing here is that these front three guys, they're very close on pace, and I think what it's going to come down to is who's going to not make a mistake, really, and also a big part of that will be in the pit stops. They're all tightly bunched up here, so we could see some good undercut and overcut action during the pit stop session. It does look like Chris Simon's actually just slipped down a couple there, so it's very good racing at the moment, and Brodie McConkey is coming up very quickly behind him, so that could make for an even more exciting race.
Of course, one of the anomalies of having a safety car in the field getting sort of disrupted a little bit, young Thomas Boniface is actually in the lead of the race at the moment by about a minute, but interestingly enough, they've still got to do their driver change, so by the time they lose sort of their minute in that, they'll probably be quite close between the front sort of four cars. And here we come, Jason Carter back into the class, in for his pit stop. And his mother and father are in there, sorting out the pit stop. A nice little system they've got going here. And they're off. Yvonne's just getting off, he's away. Jason's got the car, and here goes Ron. He's off on a gentle trot down to the driver change area. Look at the young man go. Fantastic. And as they pull into the... And still, he says Chris Simon is actually slowing. He's falling to the back of the pack. He's coming in for the pit
Looks
stop.
like he's coming into the pits,
This
Jonathan.
is one of the crucial pits for the lead of the race. This will be crucial. We better get a time on this one because this could be the difference between how they pan out. Obviously, Chris wants to get himself out of that battle and try and sit consistent times by himself. He seems to be struggling. I wonder if he's running out of gas again for the second time in the 1 hour.
I've come to talk with you.
He pulls to a stop. Not a lot of urgency from the team. Shaking the head. It's all happened again once more for Paul Dumbrell.
We'll check in with our roving reporter, Sheridan Bonner. What seems to be happening down the Chris Simon machine?
It's just run out of power, he says. They haven't run out of fuel by the sounds of it, but he just said he started losing power and he's come in and hopefully they might be able to put some fuel in it. It might be just starving a little bit, but bit of a shame for our runner-up this season, Chris Simon there.
Yeah, well, you may have put the mockers on him again, giving him the nickname Paul Dumbrell, and unfortunately that nickname is played true today.
The eavesdrop on the strategy man of our race winners here. What's the plan, guys? Obviously, you've got to do a driver change, but you've got quite a comfortable lead. It's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's a long way to go yet. Only halfway through, I think.
No, there's 20 minutes, so you better get excited. And you know what? You should probably start stressing.
Jonathan, we've got another incident down there at Turn 1. Looks like we've got a car beached on the track. It might be Reece Hendrickox or the Conrada machine by the looks of it. Another safety car boards and flags. Here we go. Another flurry of activity is going to take place down in the pits. Thomas Boniface will be getting out of that car. Caleb Nato will be jumping in. They've really been handed a second opportunity here on a golden platter after making that terrible strategy call earlier on in the race.
We'll just sneak in here and talk to race leader, Thomas Boniface, and with only about 15 minutes to go, how are you feeling out there, mate? Not that you're out there, obviously. But.
Yeah, pretty confident. Caleb just got to drive his race now, so yeah. And I feel pretty confident about this. But quite far ahead, so as long as Caleb keeps it on the track, it should be sweet.
I tell you what, your head strategist here, your father, Robert Boniface, has done a superb job. I actually thought he'd make a mistake earlier when you guys didn't pit under safety car, but that second safety car has fell beautifully for you. You've managed to take advantage of it, so well done.
Yeah, I guess the gods are looking down on us at this race meeting. Quite lucky to have the two safety cars and have the chance to still be able to catch people under the safety car. So yeah, a good big thanks to Dad for the race strategist.
There he is, current race leader with about 15 minutes to go, Thomas Boniface. And the day just keeps getting worse for Paul Dumbrell.
Apparently you guys aren't leading the race.
Oh, no, I don't think that's quite correct.
But we're factual in this Formula First TV.
Okay, well, what did he say? Mr. Google must be right.
So here we have former 2NZ of Caleb Natoa leading the race, though he is third on track due to anomalies of the pit lane and the safety cars.
He's in the lead. He's in the lead by a lap.
First, second, third.
So first, second and third are on the track at the same part of the track, but they're not actually in the right order.
This is going to be interesting because some of these guys, mainly Ronan Murphy and Liam Foster, think they're going to win this race, but they're actually, unfortunately, a lap behind. As Liam Foster probably thinks he's making the move. I think he's probably set
that the flag man knows what he's doing here.
I tell you what, I bet he doesn't.
Because this will be a great finish because Thomas Boniface and Caleb Natoa are going to win the 1 hour. And of course, to find out second and third, we've got to wait for them to do a whole lap.
But I bet you they're not going to.
But I bet you they don't. This is great footage here because not only do we not know really what's going on, neither do the drivers.
But tell you what I will do. I'll shake this young man's hand. I said young man.
Oh, harsh.
Well done, Mr. Boniface. Thomas, you've won the 1 hour by, well, basically a lap. How does it all feel?
Feels pretty good, yeah. Dad was real lucky with the safety car, so we got in here and did the pit stop really quick. So big thank you to all my sponsors and good job to Caleb for taking it home as well, not binning it.
Well done to you and Caleb, and go enjoy the celebrations there, mate. It's Thomas Boniface, and along with Caleb Natoa, who's in the hot seat at the moment, winning the 1 hour, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think that probably the first time we've had a dual drive win the 1 hour. So it might be a history-making day here at mighty Manfeild in this fantastic Formula First 1 hour race.
It really was a fantastic morning this morning. Robert Boniface playing the safety car, playing the strategy, and getting his two young drivers to the flag.
Yeah, obviously it was a fantastic idea to get Caleb Nato back in the car since he had experience with it, and he was able to do a fantastic job out there and bring home a fantastic result for the fantastic team.
Yes, no, well done to them, and thank you, Jonathan, once again, those expert comments. We'll try and catch up with all the drivers after this. But that's the 1 hour, all done and dusted. Our winners, Caleb Nato and Thomas Boniface.
And of course, we better make special mention because we haven't mentioned the solo drive winner of Liam Foster. So it's a fantastic effort because he's the only one that's been the real man out there and managed to do it all by himself. So it's a fantastic effort from Liam Foster.
Clearly quite professional we are at doing this, aren't we?
Yeah, we have wrapped up and now we're still going. But we better head down to the pits and get a word with some of our drivers. Here we are with our race winner, Caleb Nato, and I remember talking to you just about 20 minutes ago, mate, and I thought you'd stuffed it, but you managed to come in, get a fantastic result for the team.
Oh yeah, no, obviously Thomas did an amazing first stint. I don't think you could do any better. And all I had to do was basically keep it on the track, and that's all I did, and we managed to get the win. We're stoked.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job of that, because you haven't done that so well in the past, have you, in these sort of situations?
No.
There we go. One half of your race-winning team, Caleb Nato.
And here we are with second place for the 1 hour, Liam Foster. You've done it all by yourself. You've done it the hard way, but second place.
Yeah, apparently.
but a little bit of confusion there with the Boniface car being so far in front, actually, playing the safety car. But you sort of got gypped by a few of those safety cars out there today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just drove. I thought I won it, but yeah, I don't know.
Well done, mate. First in the solo drive, second in the 1 hour, and well done, mate. And here we are, third place in the 1 hour, the second in the dual drive. Rona Murphy, you did the last stint out there, third place.
Yeah, it was really good fun out there. Thanks to Brody and his team for letting me have a skid in his car. But yeah, overall it was a really good fun race. Really enjoyed battling with Chris and Liam out there. It was really good fun. And yeah, overall it was just a really good race. Yeah.
Of course, jumping into the car today, you've never driven it before. Not too much to learn for you?
Oh yeah, 10 minutes before the race and then I hopped straight in, so I was a bit thrown in the deep end there. But no, overall it was just, yeah, the 10 minutes was sort of enough. I think I would have been a bit more worried if I'd just been chucked in for the race. So overall, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well done, mate. Good into the air. And we'll go see Brody over here. Brody, you did the hard work at the start to give Ronan the advantage, but he couldn't pull it off for you. Third place, though.
Useless, eh? Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Useless? That's right, mate. Third place. Well done. You come back next year, do it again. You need to hire Toto Wolf back.